Today we'll be cleaning the brand new Ruger Security 9. We'll be using a few standard items including Hops number 9, Militech number 1, a cleaning brush, and a bore snake. As always, we'll make sure the firearm is clear of any ammunition before we begin. To start the takedown process, we'll move the slide just a little bit to the rear, just so we can get the takedown pin out. There will be a point where you can actually feel it start to give. Once you push on it from the side, you'll be able to remove it quite easily from the other side of the slide. With the pin removed, the slide will easily move forward and away from the frame. I'll then remove the recoil spring assembly and the barrel. With all the parts separated, I'll start with a little Hops 9 and the cleaning brush. Here I'm going to start on the slide and make sure that I'm getting into all the grooves and making sure that any residue and debris is removed with the brush. After I'm done with the slide, I'll move on to the frame. Again, using a little Hops and a brush, I'll clean out all the hard to reach areas and make sure that any excess debris or residue is gotten. With a little bit of paper towel, I'll remove any excess Hops and make sure that I'm cleaning up any fouling as well. The barrel on this firearm isn't very dirty, so I'm just going to wipe it down with a paper towel, give a light brushing on the chamber, and call it good. If your firearm has a little more fouling on the barrel, you'll want to pay a little more attention to this area. Next, we'll run a bore snake down the barrel just a few times. When you're using a bore snake, that's all it's going to take. I don't want to forget to pay a little bit of attention to the takedown pin before I move on to oiling the firearm. Using just a couple drops on the barrel, I'll make sure to spread an even coat around with my fingers. You don't need a lot of oil on the barrel, a little bit will go a long way. After I'm done with the barrel, I'll move on to the slide. I just put one drop down each slide rail to make sure that it hits all points of contact. In order to ensure complete coverage of the oil on the slide, I'll move the slide back and forth on the frame just a few times, then I'll move on to reassembly. First, I'll insert the barrel at an angle. Once the barrel is seated, I'll put the recoil spring assembly back in place. After the slide assembly is put back together, I'll place the slide back onto the frame. Just like with the disassembly, in order to put the pin back into place, we'll have to move the slide to the rear just a little bit. You'll be able to see exactly where that pin needs to go. That's it. Your Ruger Security 9 is now clean.